Mm, okay. Hey, how are you? How are you? Hey, how you doing? How are you? Hey, how you doing? Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm just putting my gloves and stuff on. You're gonna like this menu, man. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna cheat a little bit because of the fact that I'm going to cheat. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna add. Technically, the eggplant parmesan is technically a vegetarian dish. I mean, minus the egg that you have to put when you do the fry, right? So I'm gonna add some meat to it, but it's gonna be some good meat. Um, we're gonna see how that works out. Okay, so I just finished doing my workout. I did my prep already. I already chopped the eggplant. So this is what we're looking at today. We're gonna cook this bad boy. Yeah, we got good meat. You know, we got that good meat. We got that good. All right. Anyway, we'll do a couple invites real quick. But all right, so all right, so gotta put the doctor's gloves on because we're about to doctor some stuff up. So first, what we're gonna do is we're making eggplant parm. And so eggplant parm, we're using an eggplant. Don't get this confused with anything else, but this is the main ingredient, the eggplant. So I try to make meals for date night that are affordable in this economy right now. And since I've been hanging out with Miss T with the T on her live, she deals with a lot of growers and farmers and stuff. And I'm learning more about purposing certain foods. So this was a suggestion. I think this is from Fresh and Fire. Uh this was the eggplant. So I said, I have never eaten this. So I've always seen it and I've seen the joke behind it because it curves, pause. But we're about to cook this. We're gonna cook it and we're gonna make it. So from what I understand, it is a Italian dish. And from what I understand also is that it tastes great. So I'm gonna go through the ingredients real quick. So you'll know. I should have posted a link in the comments to how you can cook this, but nah, I'm not gonna do all that. So we're gonna do this. We got this. There were 3 for 10 at the farmers market, so I got 3 of them. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do. And I had told Miss T that according to the instructions, it showed that you had to use 1.5. And this is from the one that I just used, but the one that I used was really big. So this one's really, really big. And this is what I have left from it. I plasticked it up so I can repurpose it for something else. I want to show y'all something else. Another thing that I'm adding to this menu that wasn't on the menu is these. So look at these peppers. See these peppers? I don't even know what they are. I have no idea what they are. Well, I was at the farmer's market and I said, "How hot are they?" And the lady laughed at me and she goes, "Hot." She said it was hot. And I said, "Where?" I was like, "Is it really, really hot? Like, I can handle it. Is it ghost pepper hot?" She said it was hotter. So these are the hotness. This is the hotness. All right. So what I did within preparing my meal, I had grinded it up. This is what it looks like ground up. And I can't put it close to my face because I'll start crying. That's how strong it is. I might make some hot sauce the next. I'm like, yo, I might find something that. All right. So anyway, all right. So let's go into what we're gonna do right now. I'm sending a couple of invites out while my I'm just talking my talk and just saying what I gotta say. But this is gonna be good. Give me a second here. So before we get started, I'm gonna tell you all of the ingredients first. And with the ingredients, I'm going to what else are we doing? I already prepped half of it. So I already did the cut. I cut everything up and everything. So we don't have to worry about me sitting there struggling cutting stuff because I have a hard time cutting stuff. So this I try to knock out everything early. And so now we are going to prep. Okay. So I sent some stuff out. All right. So here are the ingredients for the Parmesan. So it says here 2 egg pounds, about 3 pounds in total. Now, again, I'm doing this for two people. Okay. So this is for two people that like if you're having a date night and you want to cook and stuff for your significant other, whether it's male or female or whatever. I'm giving you the ingredients for two people, but I cut it in half for one. All right. So it's two eggplants. That's about 3 pounds total. So it depends on the weight, which I found out. One of the eggplants that I bought was like 2 pounds. So that I understood. 1 tablespoon of salt. Plus, you're gonna use a little bit of salt for the seasoning. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I use vegan flour, I guess. Um, 3 eggs. A half cup of milk, but I am separating. I'm using this unsweetened almond milk in place of regular milk because I don't drink milk. 3.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs, this is Japanese breadcrumbs. Half cup of grated Parmesan cheese, which I have right there. Um, Black pepper, vegetable oil for frying. Of course, I didn't use vegetable oil for frying. I used it for something else. I used something else. Non-cooked cooking spray, which when I was on Miss T's channel, somebody brought up avocado oil. So I bought a spray avocado oil, this right here from HEB. If you don't have an HEB in your market, it's cool. It's just avocado oil, okay? Um, 3 cups of marinara or tomato sauce. I'm opting with the tomato sauce. Uh, shredded low moisturized mozzarella cheese. I have that. Also, 18 basil leaves. So this is where I start being lazy. These are my basil right here. It's in a cup. It look like a Slurpee cup, right? So this is the basil, and we are going to blend these. We're going to chop this up. I'm not going to chop it up with a knife. I'm going to use a blender, and the blender that I'm using is a portable blender right here. That's how I cut up the jalapenos. Okay, so we got this. You need the basil, and it said 18. It said 18 basil leaves. This is about 20. And fresh mozzarella sliced, which I have that too. So, without further ado, we're about to get started. I already chopped up the the eggplant. So that side, all right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut 1/2 inch thick slices, and then you're gonna line it up, right? And so after you line it all up, you're gonna put some salt on it. You're gonna lay it on a pan with a paper towel under it, so you can let that dry out. You set it aside for 45 minutes. So I put it up for about like maybe about 50 minutes ago. And then so what we're gonna do, I got the flour right here. I'm gonna put it in this bowl. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna whisk the eggs, the milk, and another wide, shallow bowl. We're gonna combine the breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, and remaining 1 teaspoon of salt. So give me a second. I gotta get the other bowl. I accidentally warped one of my bowls. So don't laugh at it. Don't. It doesn't have Down syndrome. It's just I put it too close to the stove and kind of melted, but it's still good though. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me go get the eggs and let me go get the other bowl. And I hope everybody's having a good time because this is another dish that I never made ever in my life. Nope, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. So I'm gonna use this bowl. And then I'm going to bring out the eggs. So I said 3 eggs. For this demonstration, I will use 2. So I got my eggs, $2.77 from HEB. I didn't get the brown ones like I always like because I don't use the brown ones for cooking to make. I'll use the brown ones for other reasons. So we're gonna put those together, right? And then I'm gonna use 2 eggs. Need to get my whisk. Okay. All right. So we got our whisk here, and we're gonna put the seasoning and everything in this bowl right here. I was gonna use the other bowl, but I was like, nah. Not doing that. So let's crack everything up. Okay. You're gonna put the egg into the bowl that has the oh, we gotta need the milk. And for those that are always scary about Measuring, we need a cup. All right, so we get our little measuring cups here. We're gonna add 2 cups of milk. Like I said, I'm using almond milk because regular milk is bad for you. Okay. And I'm only doing this for the people that need to be measuring. I don't like using measuring stuff a lot. But that's what we're doing. So we're gonna whisk this. I gotta stand up to do this, sorry. All right, so while we're doing this, we're gonna whisk this all together. See that? Stop it. All right. Yeah, make sure it's thick. Whew. Where's my scissors at? Okay, I got my scissors right there. All right. See how it's turning out right here? Okay. All right. So we got this whisked up. This right here. We're gonna set this to the side because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add the other stuff. So we're gonna add the let's see. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, and some salt, and a teaspoon of pepper. This is the breadcrumbs. I'll show it. Okay. Mm. Okay, now I see why they wanted you to use that breadcrumb, because that breadcrumb right there, man. You want to pour me a bowl and put some milk in that and make me some cereal. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna add the Parmesan cheese. So here's the Parmesan again. I wasn't gonna spend the whole day. Go to HEB, go get you some. People work and do this for a living. We need to support the people that work, so we don't have to do it ourselves. So you just open it like so. I guess I'm gonna have to use the cut just so I can show y'all. This is the third. So when you over pour, it's okay to do that because it's up to your liking, right? So you put that in there. And then all we got to do is add some salt and pepper. Now I want to show y'all something because you know what? I never knew what the inside of an eggplant looked like. So I want to show y'all like the inside of an eggplant. This is what we're about to cook. So you see that right there? We're gonna start using that. We're gonna use that. And what we're gonna do is we gotta fry it first, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. But first, the exciting part here, right? Have you ever seen the inside of a Have you ever seen inside of an eggplant, Miss Key? I thought it was hollow this whole time, and when I was reading the instructions, I was like, I was like, okay, I don't know. I didn't buy it, but it was like whatever. Okay, so you got the salt. You put the you gotta use ground black pepper on this particular. It just said it, so if you got gloves on, be hands on with your food because if you're not hands on with your food, you're not really showing any love. I like to be hands on with my food, except if it's wet. Okay. All right. So, I mean, especially if it's wet. Not okay. Whatever. All right. So we got those. So we got these. Now we gotta prep the. So I'm gonna bring the plate over here. And we're gonna prep the stove while we put the eggplant over here. The eggplant's been sitting there for almost an hour. And again, make sure because it is wet in the inside. Pause. It is wet in the inside, and it does. I'm gonna use grapeseed oil instead of vegetable oil. And the reason why you use grapeseed oil is because it cooks better and it does not burn. You're gonna use your fire at 380. So on an electric stove, it's about half. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put a quarter inch of oil into the frying pan. I'm bringing the other phone over here right now so I can show you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this over here. Excuse these pots. I can't put them in the oven right now. I usually have them in the oven, but I'm sorry. I have a small apartment. Okay. All right. And this is another dish that you don't have to make with rice. All right. So here's that. Now let's go back over here while this is heating up. Let's go back to the instructions. Again, this is the first time I've ever made this. Excuse the background, I'm packing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work from one to the other. So I'm gonna bring my camera down a little bit right here. Oh, let me move this out of the way. This base will look good though, right? All right. Okay, we're gonna so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from one. This is the mixture, right? It's ready to go. We have to dip in it here, and then to here, and then we're going to put it on the skillet. So we're going to follow me right here. We're going to put this in here. And again, you use your hands. Look at that. Look at that. You do it with love. You see that? Mm, mm, mm. Oops. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. I'm going to put it in the bowl right here while I'm going to massage. what's going on in the bowl. I'm gonna put these in here. Let them soak for a second. You see that? Y'all see that? And then we're gonna work over here. Okay. Okay. So it should. Yep. It looks like it's heating up. So what we're doing, we're putting in this in here for about 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So y'all watch this while I go back over here. All right. So this looks all good to go. Now we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna mix this up right here. This is when you start having like when if you have somebody coming over and you want them to help, like so they can feel like they're doing something. This is when you give them this and tell them that, yay, well, you can prep this while we talk about our day. So what you do today? And then you have those conversations. And then you be like, you hear, if you're a man, just listen. Let her tell you about work and how it's whack. And then yeah, I'm gonna need some more breadcrumbs. So while that's cooking, oh, I forgot. So while we're doing that, let me put all these in here. And if you just do three at a time, if they're big, because it just seems like it's simpler. Okay, so let's go back over here while this is working out. I'm gonna flip these holes over here. All right. So this is cooking right now. Okay. It's like, every 40 water, won't you sprinkle me? 40 water, won't you sprinkle me? Let me get some others in here because I got some more back in. All right. So we're going to put that in here. Okay. Okay. So those are cooking. We're going to put, so yeah, you're going to probably need more breadcrumbs. I'm going to put more breadcrumbs. I'm going to put more Parmesan. Okay. So what we're going to also do right here is while these are cooking, I caught from the Dollar Tree these pans. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna decorate these pans. And with these pans, we're gonna decorate it with tomato sauce. Now, if you want to be fancy and create your own tomato sauce, that is great. I would highly tell you, hey, why don't you do that? But what we're gonna do is create this. So you're gonna have to preheat your husband. You're gonna have to preheat your oven to 375. You're gonna spray this down. Since I don't have a tradition, I have a tray, but I'm kind of using it. Yeah, I'm kind of using that, so I'm gonna use this instead. It should be okay. If the house catches on fire, I'll get a lot of views for it. So what we're gonna do is while we're gonna prep this real quick. Gotta shake it. You're gonna spray this. I'm gonna show y'all the cheat code in a minute. Okay, so I got tomato sauce from HEB. You're gonna fill up the whole bottom part. So you see this right here? Okay, so I got enough in there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting the eggplant in here. Okay. And then I'm gonna show you the cheat code on how we're gonna do the meat. Let me flip these over real quick. See how these are cooking? This is this is how you kind of want them to look right now. See that? That's how you kind of want them to look right now. So if you're cooking them at 380, you're good. You're preheating your oven to 350, and you're cooking each side for about 3 minutes. I had it a little bit lower than usual, so we're gonna do it a little bit different. You know. All right, so we're just waiting. Okay. All right, so let's start putting these in here. It's almost like layers, kind of like lasagna. Because we're gonna have to still put some more uh, tomato sauce on here. We're gonna have to layer it. So here we go. Coming back over here. We're gonna put these other ones in here. Oh no, no. Oops, almost messed up. Putting these into the breadcrumbs. And we're gonna cook these. Okay. Gonna let these cook a little bit. Okay. Gotta get some more in there. Okay. 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 So we're waiting for that. We're gonna flip these over. Okay. Oh man. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more difficult, but this seems kind of easy. Kind of reminds me of making well, we're gonna see. I'm talking all that shit. I don't even know yet. Okay. 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 I'm quiet because I'm trying to concentrate. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, we're almost done. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so we're gonna pour a little bit more tomato sauce. Okay, good thing I bought 3 cans. Okay, so I'm opening up another can of whoop ass. Okay. Pouring a little bit to cover. So it's almost like you're layering like a lasagna. Okay. Gotta flip this over real quick. Okay, we got this almost done. Now I'm gonna show you the secret ingredient that I'm gonna cook really quick. That's gonna go on top. So this is mainly for meat eaters. Yeah, fresh. We ended up doing it. Got everything. The only thing that I'm adding new to it is I am adding this. So what this is called Wagyu ground beef. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook it to about medium rare, and it's gonna go on the top of the eggplant parm. We're almost done with the eggplant. Miss T been sitting here watching me put all these eggplants. Just to recap real quick, it's only like a 3 or 4 step process. You chop up the eggplants. You do the flour, milk. I used almond milk and eggs and flour, and then you make another with the breadcrumbs and Parmesan grated cheese. And this is gonna be the fun part. The fun part is I'm adding on the top. We are adding Parmesan cheese slices and mozzarella cheese. Okay, so we're getting this ready up real quick. Yeah, that Wagyu, man. Down here, down in Texas. Yo, that's all right. So far, the cost of this meal is literally $25 for two people. And the only reason why I'm saying $25 because I bought three eggplants because they were 3 for 10. Then I bought uh the eggplants and then the beef. The beef was $6 per pound, and I bought a pound because we're not even going to use a pound for this. Okay, we're only going to use half a pound. So real quick, let me show you real fast. This is what we're looking at right now. It's not done. We got to put the cheese on here. And then before we put this in the oven, we're going to add the meat. So keep your eye on the skillet. While I go over here, there's only one more thing. Oh, wait. I got to do this last piece. Okay, so while that's waiting, we're going to do this real quick. It is, man. That and I asked the butcher too while I was at the farmer's market because there's a meat market right across the way. And I asked him, I said, I want to cheat on this meal because yeah, it seems real vegetarian. I mean, without the eggs, you know, and the cheese, it's real vegetarian acting. And he was like, "We don't you put some ground beef on the top of it?" And I was like, "Okay, okay, butcher." Oh wow, really? Well, if it doesn't work out, that's what I'm calling it. That's what I will be calling it. Hopefully, it works out. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. All right. The mozzarella cheese already sliced. We're gonna slap this on top of this hole, right? Let's go flat. Get these last two eggplants in order. Okay. All right. So after this, we're gonna cook. I'm gonna put these last two pieces of eggplants, and then we're gonna have a conversation. Then we're gonna be able to talk after, because we're gonna have to wait 20 minutes for it to cook, and then this is when you and your significant other have the conversation of the lifetime of what's going on. So you have the petty talk or the little talk while you're prepping. You know, you're just having leisure conversation, and you're asking how your day was, and you know who pissed you off at work, and who made you happy, and if you're in sales, how many sales you got. If You work outside, was it hot? Then when you sit down, then you have the real conversation. While a person like me is putting the rest of the stuff together for you. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do real quick. Where's my knife? Where's my scissors? There they are. So before we're gonna put the mozzarella on first, and then we're gonna put the mozzarella on first. Okay. We're not done yet. Now we're gonna have to add the wagyu, the wagyu, the wagyu, the wagyu. All right. So we're gonna put this up. We still have the mozzarella. So the mozzarella on slices is gonna be glazed over this meat. Yeah, pause. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. Y'all still with me? Okay. All right. So let me get this stuff out. Okay. Gonna put a little bit of grapeseed. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I'm not using the whole thing. Only using half. We're not cooking it all the way through. Now on this, while we're cooking this, we're gonna put parsley. Okay. Smell that, right? Okay. So fresh. I was saying in the beginning, I'm adding two things. So I'm adding the meat, and I'm adding these type of peppers. They're so hot that I started tearing up. I put them in the blender. And this is what's going to be glazed on the top. These peppers right here. Right here. You heard me? These, these peppers, though. I grounded it up. Lord, forgive me for thou have acted a fool about this. I don't even know what those peppers are called, to be honest with you. I'm gonna Google them. They're real thin. They're not ghost peppers. The lady claimed that they're hotter than ghost peppers. She claimed they were hotter than ghost peppers. And I was like, what? I don't know, Fresh. She said it in Spanish, and she said it. I asked her twice, so I can just. 'Cause I understand Spanish. I just don't speak it like that, and I didn't want to. I didn't want her to get on. I didn't want to get on her nerves. So I was like, "Let me just give me a quarter pound." And she was like, "Okay, you want a pound?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, I want a quarter because I'm not sure if these things are going to be any good." But I grinded them, and it looks, woo, boy. I'm telling you. All right, so the meat's done. So I'm gonna put the meat on top. Like I said, you don't got to cook it whole because you're gonna put it in the oven. Kind of drain out the oil. Shouldn't be a lot of it. Because the meat, to be honest with you, isn't the feature. It's just the added bonus. The feature is still the eggplant, and there's more eggplant than meat. I just use the meat for people that like meat to have that little, Next time I might substitute it with lion's mane, which that might sound like a plan to sub it with lion's mane. Okay, so we put that. So we're gonna put the rest of the tomato sauce. Let me do this real quick, y'all, because it's already ready to go in the oven. Got the mozzarella right here. Okay, let me just move all this stuff out the way. Okay. Gotta wash dishes. All right. So this is what we're looking like right now. Y'all see that? So what we're gonna do, this is when we're gonna dust the rest of it off. Okay, I'm gonna need another can. All right. I should just got a big old jar. I do. I got enough that I'll save the seeds because I'm gonna Google it when I get off of here because I meant to do it earlier and I just forgot. I just forgot. So what we're doing is we're pouring the rest of the tomato sauce on top. So like I said, the layering similar to making lasagna, in my opinion. There it is. Okay, this is about to go in the oven. It's ready, right? Y'all think it's ready? So it's gonna go in the oven. Uh, okay, so I forgot to show you this, right? I did show you this. This is my little portable blender that I make smoothies out of, and I found another purpose for them. And the other purpose is to chop vegetables when I don't want to chop with a knife, and I want it real fine. So here's the basil leaves. We got to pour this. We got to sprinkle this on top. Okay. So here, these are sweet too. Mm. It came in a cup like this. All right, let me go rinse these off real quick. What's crazy is if Miss T, I know why she did what she did, but if she would have sent me her basil, this would have been the basil that I've been using. Okay, so here's the basil. I'm gonna do this. Shove it in here like so. Okay, so now we got it in here. Oh, I forgot one thing. Got to put some olive oil in it and a little bit of water. Oops. Sorry, I forgot this one was over here. Okay, hold on. Okay. So this kind of turns into what I want. So I mixed it with olive oil. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to show you how I'm going to add the pepper. So it's kind of like a pesto type. And I read this from another creator on how to do this basil when you want to add some fire to it. And so, okay. All right. So got that on there. Now we're going to add this. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, people. So we have the basil. Oops. All right. This is what it looks like so far. I got a lot of trash to throw away. Okay. This is what we're looking like. This is what we're putting in the oven right now. The oven is uh preheated. And we about to put this hoe in the oven. And let's see how it. Oh, this is heavy too. Oh, this is real heavy. Okay. All right. It is in the oven. All right. Okay, send me some basil then. So I can stop buying it in Slurpee cups. This is how they serve it. This is how they sell it at HEB. It's crazy. All right. So now I get stuff quicker now. Like I told you, they made it really, really, really easy. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it's real good. It's real good. It's real good. So let me throw this stuff away. It's real simple to get stuff now. As I oh man. Sometimes the cooking's not the problem, it's the cleaning. Okay. So we're sitting here waiting. We got about 20 more minutes to go. And we have we're almost done. Now we just gotta see what it's gonna come out. Within the 15 minutes, I'm gonna put the mozzarella on top to glaze it. Uh make it glazy, you see? And then as we get that done, and then shoot, it's gonna be it's gonna be on and popping in the city of Houston. See, and then look, here's the crazy part. It uh the crazy part is that's I made enough for one person. That looks like it's enough for two, right? So technically I was supposed to use one and a half I think one and a half eggplants. I ended up not even using the whole eggplant, and I still was able to fill up that whole side of what I was making. They said that they wanted it. It was supposed to be layered, which that's what it did. That is crazy. Do I have any bags left? Okay, so I need to go to the store when this live is done and get some plastic bags. I thought I had some. I don't. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do right now because I'm like, because after you're done and then you want to eat, you be too tired to like clean. Okay. Now, I can't do an instructional on how to clean stuff because I'm very lazy. But what I do use, all right, I have these. So this, I gotta figure out what I gotta do with this. So I got two of these. So I'm gonna look up different recipes in the next month to see what I can do with these eggplants. Luckily, you don't have to refrigerate them as long as you don't, I guess, bust them open. Pause. And then I got talked into buying this. And then what she told me, uh, oh, I know, fresh. It is. It's gonna. I'm gonna eat a little now, but I'm gonna put it up, let it sit. Whew, I know tomorrow Sunday is gonna be Sunday fun day. You heard me? With some daiquiris. But I got this. See, Miss T got the plug on the honey. I don't have no plug on the honey out here. So she talked to me. I like honey, and she goes, "Look, the honeycomb is still in there. You should buy it for like $8." I was like, "Man, you better get out of my face with that." So I bought it. You know, when you go to the farmer market, you can actually like. I know, I know. But she was like, "There's a honeycomb. There's a honeycomb in it. You need to spend. That's how you know it's fresh." And I was like, "Okay, then I'll give you $6." So I gave her $6. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how much. I don't know how much honey is supposed to cost. I really don't. But I just be thinking a jar of honey for $8 is diabolical. Like it's like, yo, something that you don't. I don't use honey every day. I use honey like I'll probably use honey more in the wintertime because I do drink a lot of tea in the winter. I don't drink tea in the summertime. So I feel like it should be a seasonal thing, so it shouldn't be expensive. There's no there's no demand for honey right now, or is there? I could be wrong. Is there a season for honey? All right. I mean, if there's a season for honey, then I'll shut my mouth. But I ain't. I don't. You see how big that jar was? It wasn't like a big old jar. And yes, my name is Pooh, but don't mean that I eat honey all the time. Not that type of honey. All right. So okay. So let me see what I got to put up real quick. Okay. All right. Let me put this milk up. Mm, mm, mm. So we're still waiting. We got about 20 more minutes. Well, not 20. I think we have less than 20 minutes. What I'm gonna have to do in a minute is put the mozzarella, sprinkle the mozzarella on there. Oop. All right. So I did not know this what it looks like on the inside. I thought it was always hollow. I should have known better. What else can you make with eggplant? I feel like eggplant is like a main dish. Yeah, I feel like eggplant is like a. I'm trying to look up dishes, egg, plant dishes. This is a good one, fresh. It smells good already. Try the moussaka. Okay, and that was the first one that came up. Okay, then there's sautéed eggplant, roasted eggplant. Okay, and what I'm learning about the eggplant we're making right now is as I'm looking at menus, there's different menus for it. I always use the base menu, like to make the base so I can add whatever I want to add to it, even though it might not sound good or whatever. I can do that. And what's cool about this is that, hmm, this eggplant parmesan looks good too. And then there's eggplant rollatini, grilled Japanese eggplant. Oh, okay. So what is like most of the recipes like Japanese is eggplant like a main thing for Japanese people? Eggplant gratin. Hmm. Ratatouille. Oh, okay. You can make eggplant with feta cheese. Oh, okay. I'm about to act a fool with this eggplant. Mm. So what I use with my spaghetti is I use bell pepper. So you saying that I can use eggplant with the spaghetti sauce? I usually use different colored stoplight bell peppers and some fresh chopped jalapenos. Yeah, I'm learning. Thank you guys, because I learned a lot. Like a Moroccan stuffed eggplant. What? Say less. That might be my next joint. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a lot of Italian dishes and a lot of Japanese dishes, especially Sicilian dishes. I'm here. I'm learning. I'm learning. There's a Turkish dish, Mediterranean. Oh, see, we're gonna make a couple of episodes about this damn eggplant. You heard me? Now I'm gonna make Miss T grow one, and then see if those look good. So next week, look at this boy. Look at this baby right there. We're about to do a stuff for it. You don't play with me. Don't play with me. I love stuffing stuff. Pause again, but like for real. I like stuffing like bell peppers because that like when you do the stuff, you use the same ingredients inside and stuff like that, and you mash it up and do all kind of crazy stuff with it. I'm not a big Middle Eastern fan. I like Mediterranean food. I do until it starts until I'm not able to pronounce names. If I'm not able to pronounce the name, I don't really want to eat it. I know. It's the Virgo in me. I'm sorry. Hold on. Maybe put this cheese in here. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, off camera, is adding the mozzarella shredded cheese. So technically, it has three different cheeses. The three cheeses that are added. One thing that I think that I should have added in here, to be honest with you, I think I don't know why I feel like I could have added spinach. Like I feel like I could have added like spinach to this, and it could have like enhanced it somehow. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Let's see. So what we're sprinkling on the top is mozzarella cheese and Parmesan grated cheese. I just gotta spread it out a little bit. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to invest in a Google phone. I think I'm gonna have to invest in a Google phone, one of those new Google phones that just talk to you. You ain't gotta type nothing, and just start asking questions. Because we're about to do some things, and I'm happy about. So I saw a Mexican uh, zucchini. The lady at the store said, "Oh, it's not the same thing, but it's the same thing. It's just light green, right?" And I used it the last time we cooked on out here. I replaced the zucchini with the Mexican zucchini, but it's called something I cannot pronounce. So I wasn't going to butcher it and say something, and then it sounds all crazy. I don't know if it was Fresh or F. Smith that said, "Oh, hey, yeah, right when I said your name, you just popped up." I don't know if it was one of you guys that suggested avocado oil. Uh, I never used avocado oil. I've only heard it on Miss Cheese chat. I've never heard nobody say, "Hey, can you use avocado oil or blah blah blah?" Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, there it is. Yeah, I think it was you that said about the. I've used olive oil. I use olive oil spray oil, and I think on one of the episodes we were doing, I was using the olive oil, and then I was using grapeseed oil to fry whatever I needed to fry, right? And then so when she said the avocado oil, I was like, oh, okay. And so the avocado oil, I haven't. I want to see what it does because I already sprayed it. I want. It doesn't seem like it's doing too bad on the cooking part. I'm just excited to see what we have. Like, I so right now I'm four and 0 on cooking different dishes that came out great. And maybe it's because I'm taking my time with it. So what I just to let y'all know what I do before I do the live, I prep everything. I believe in prepping everything. So usually, depending on the time that it takes to make something, I will prep stuff the night before, wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator, take it out. Then it's like if it's a marinade, or if I have to marinate some meat, like I did the lamb. The last time when I did the lamb, I marinated it overnight just to skip the process because everybody knows how to marinate food, right? So you marinate it and that's it. Um, I didn't know that. Thank you for that. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I think I'm gonna go with that. I think and then what was crazy at HEB, I don't is there HEB out there in Georgia? I don't know where there's a H. I just know it's Texas, but I've heard there were other places. But at HEB, this is cheaper than the olive oil spray. I was like, what? And the thing about cooking, I'm sure y'all know the reason why I use grapeseed oil because it doesn't burn. Olive oil will burn depending on the temperature, right, that you're cooking it on. Um, hey Tuck, thank you for coming in. You missed all the grueling pain. You came in right for the result, for the finish, for the happy ending. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I need to stop talking. This is the beer. I'm not even supposed to be drinking beer, but it's a it's a gourmet beer. It's a yeah. So the olive oil, like I was saying, when you cook, right, and you use the olive oil, you can't really use the olive oil for all type of cooking. I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna I'm gonna learn to be better. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna meditate when we get off this live. This is a craft beer that they make in Houston, or I think they make it in Austin, but they sell it at the store here. And it's a but the style is a blonde ale. It's blonde. It's the color. But I don't drink like heavy beer. I don't like beer. But while I cook, I'll drink this and I'll have a shot of tequila. Oh yeah, let me go get my tequila. It's over here. And I usually have a sip. And the reason why is because it's Saturday. Um, I don't have to DJ tonight. I can concentrate on my station. Oh yeah, and then at 3 o'clock Eastern, hold on. At 3 o'clock Eastern, uh, we got TT's playlist on Gecko Bro. I mean on GBR Global. Here, let me give you the link. I like her list today. I was like, oh, this is an interesting list. So if you're gonna cook or work out in the yard and stuff, log on here, download the app on your phone. Uh, right now, I think we have Southern Soul Spotlight going on right now, and that's all the Southern Soul music by my friend. He goes by the name of Keith Broham. Uh, all that, the only thing I have a problem with the Southern Soul is the Southern Soul is like uh the Southern Soul is like no, you know why you have a playlist though, TT? Is because uh you sing songs all the time. So your knowledge of music is like crazy. Like I can be sitting there and you'll just start singing records that will make me, hey, you know what? I forgot about that record. So I wonder if everybody else is like like the playlist when you sent it to me, I was like, oh, I ain't think about none of those records ever before. Yeah, so every Saturday, so Saturday 12 Eastern, I think it's 12 Eastern, is Southern Soul Spotlights. And so it's all like known Southern Soul music and brand new Southern Soul music. And then right after that is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is TT's playlist. Because I was not about to put Miss T with the T's playlist because it doesn't fit in the thumbnail on the website. So, because that'd be like all over the place. It'd be like Miss T with the T, and then it'll always want to add a teacup, and then it's gonna take away from the aesthetics of the music. So I was like, man, her name is TT because both T's are in there. So uh yeah, so there's different shows for everybody. It's like on Sundays from 12 to 6 is all gospel. It's spearheaded by a DJ by the name of DJ Fuse. And I actually listened last Sunday because, I was just listening. Because when I think of gospel, I think of like old gospel music. Like, I kind of grew up in Georgia too. And so I think of that type of music when, Atlanta is a whole different animal. And so I was like hearing songs that I would have played on the radio because it sounded that contemporary. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's a whole genre out there that's dope. And I was like, oh, okay. I can rock with this. I can rock with this. And so I just gave him the whole day. I was like, here's the day, man. do what you do. Late night is in the bed on Sunday nights, late, like around 12 a.m., midnight. Uh, I but you'll be shocked. Some of this, like some of this gospel, like especially from Louisiana or New Orleans. I don't know. It makes you feel kind of good, you know. 'Cause it's Sunday. I'm not a church person, so I have like trauma from going to church. The church was like start in my mom's house. It started like at 6 a.m. God, she would blast. She would never let me blast my music during the week, but she blast her music like at 6 a.m. That means we had to get our asses up, and then we had to participate. We had to participate everything. I had to go to Sunday school. I ain't learn nothing. Then I ain't learned nothing about the Bible until I was like 20. But uh we had to go to Bible school or whatever. It was in the morning. And then we had to go to church. And the preacher we had didn't know the time limits, so he would start, and then like football Sundays would start like at 12. We were supposed to be almost out of there. Nah, man, we didn't get out of there till like 2. Then my mom wanted to go to Furs. That's all you can eat restaurant, like Golden Corral, but it was called Furs. And we would go to Furs. Then we had to sit there. We didn't get home till like, so it was a 12-hour day. So by the time you get home, Night Rider would come on. That was like the highlight of the whole Sunday was Night Rider coming on. And that's if I can get to the TV first because there was only one TV. Yeah, you didn't have a choice. And it was like if you had a choice, uh well, here's the thing. I want to say that I, that part, like the sounding like club music, I think it's okay for that generation if that's what you got to get them. Because doing it the old school way doesn't work. And again, I'm not religious. Okay, so I don't believe in religion. I believe everybody could believe in whatever they want to, and I'm good with it. As long as it's making you a good person, I'm good. But if we didn't learn nothing in some Sunday's school because it was I didn't understand like well growing up. So I had grown up like Muslim first, then to Baptist. So you went from a strict culture to a I don't know. I don't know how you explain Baptist, but it was almost like like a picture book. We didn't read the Bible. We read picture books. And as I became an adult, I everything that I learned, I threw away and learned correctly. You know, I hung out with people that were theology majors and was taught properly. That was it. Yeah, that's it's crazy. Like, and people will be thinking, well, did the devil get no, the devil didn't do nothing. I just don't. I think there's different levels of learning, and I didn't want to learn at an elementary level. I felt like if I had to make all A's in school, and that was the goal is to make all A's in school, why? And I had to learn hard stuff. Like I think I was the only freshman in high school. No, I wasn't, but I was one of the few that took Algebra 1 while everybody was taking General Math. I wasn't allowed to take General Math because it's not how our household was ran. One thing we knew that we had to learn was we had to learn math before English. So that's there's that. We had to learn that. So I felt like, well, if I had to learn math, because math also is a language. If I had to learn that language, you should have taught me theology the way you would have taught it in school. But at the same time, Fresh, how do you know what the Holy Ghost is going to bring you? It could creep up into anything. Your food. Oh, okay. So since I'm on my platform and not Miss T's, I can bring this up. So let's talk about real quick. We're almost done, but let's talk about Soul Food, the movie Soul Food. Now, being that you guys grow your own food, you relatively eat healthy. Who do you believe was the antagonist of Soul Food? Now, I've said it on the live like a couple of times. I don't know if y'all were listening, but who do you think was the antagonist in that movie? Everybody was blaming the sister, the youngest sister, for sleeping with that man, right? There was way more problems than that. Like there was way more problems than what that girl did. Because we can break it all the way down to. I even think Big Mama was a problem too. Big Mama was a problem because the same food, the same food that cut her foot off, it continued. Like they already. All right, so the problem was already shown. Okay, the problem was is you're eating these fatty foods, you're killing yourself, you're clogging your arteries. Okay, so what's more important, health or tradition at this point, right? So my question is that well, okay, we virtually see the problem. We're seeing this. We see the problem. Hey, that food, y'all putting all kind of uh, Crisco and all this stuff, and is that really good for you? But you're gonna do it anyway, and then that lady get her foot cut off. Like I'm like, yo, we see that. We saw that. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm saying I know tradition. I get it. I broke off from tradition like 20 years ago. I don't believe in tradition. Like I don't celebrate Christmas like that. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't do anything that involves money to call it a holiday, right? So, and this is me. This is just my personal belief. Kids are grown, so it is what it is, right? But are you willing to degrade your health for tradition at this point? Are you? Because it's like I don't know. So I think the girl sleeping with the husband is like the least of their problems. Now there was a lot of other problems, like old girl getting her husband a job from the ex boyfriend, and like there was a lot of problems, a lot of problems, a lot of problems. But what was the movie Soul Food about? It was Sunday dinner. The Handsy Philly preacher always showed up to eat. That was a problem. Who was he essaying in the house? You know, like I'm just saying that is my least favorite movie. I just want to tell y'all that. I would go to the theater and watch Waiting to Excel 5 times more than I would watch Soul Food. I'm gonna cut this clip off and I'm gonna post it so I can make people mad. They're gonna say, "Ooh, the devil don't got in here." Let's go check out it real quick. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Can you dig it? And then I say, "Can you dig it?" You gotta put this here because I got. I mean, I can understand that to a point because I believe these days, because we were the lack of education about food for real and how certain vegetables would could act in that same property. You can't give the excuse when the education is there now. So if it was the ignorance of back then that um, that you had to eat this because you were working in the fields or industry or whatever, I understand that. But you shouldn't be doing that today. Like eating chitlins is crazy to me. Like eating chitlins or neck bones and guts of animals is like wild. All right. You like my oven mitt? All right. Oops. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking right now? What y'all thinking? Let me know while we about to make this plate. What you think it's gonna look like? What y'all think it's gonna look like? What do y'all think? You think that cheese is gonna boss out? Ooh, I'm excited. Hold up. Damn, look at that. Are y'all like me and you only cut the corner out first before you eat anything? Like really dig into it, you want to cut the corner? Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. All right. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know. Let me get my spoon. Damn. Damn. All right. I cut it. I think you need to cut it. You don't have to fight me. I would have invited all y'all over. I'll cook for anybody that wants to eat healthy. All right. Oh. Oh. Don't make me come out to Georgia. Me and Miss T will come out to Georgia. I'll cook for everybody. Just give me the food. Look at that. Look at that. You see how that cheese went? You see that? All right, I'm gonna show you what it looked like. I'm gonna show you what it looked like. I gotta move this. I gotta move this. Hold on, let me get my. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so exciting. Y'all keep these ideas coming, man. Y'all keep these ideas coming, and I'm gonna make it. Now there's a taste test time, right? This is what we do. So I taste it for all of us. Okay. Okay. I have to put this up. All right. Let me get a fork. Let me get a paper towel. I like to thank you guys for like really hanging out with me because this is like a passion project. I don't do it for clout. I don't do it for anything. I do it because I really like it. And it was an idea that y'all came up with that since I would always post dishes on TikTok and stuff. And, you know, I was always afraid of people watching, like watching me cook. But see this? Okay. Y'all can see this, right? I just want, let me, this is an eggplant parm. Mm. Oh, now see, okay, so let me explain the purpose of the ground beef. So as you could tell, see, it's almost like a sprinkled glaze of ground beef. You don't overcook it because it don't cook well done in the oven, right? So when you pulling it, it's there, but it's not the feature. The feature is still the eggplant. So this is me not alienating the eggplant. You see that? You see this? So I'm playing around with my food. Let me see what this tastes like, okay? Mm. Okay, hold on. Okay. Here's my face right here. Now, can somebody tell me what an eggplant's supposed to taste like? I mean, it tastes great, but I don't know if there's a specific taste to it. It's made my mouth water. Um, the chili that I added only added a kick. It didn't overpower nothing. Hold on. Mm, if you're a fan of like lasagna without the pasta, that doesn't even make sense. But if you're a fan of a lasagna type dish and you use vegetables versus pasta to make it, I would suggest this. If you're a fan of cheese, it's that. Oh my god, right? That's how you don't did some shit when your cheese just don't want to break apart from the plate. It's like, yo, bring all my friends with me. Bring them all with me. Mm. Now, spice wise, hmm, spice wise, it's not too hot. It's not too spicy. Even though I opted to put chili in there, or F. Smith was late coming in, so I didn't show her. So I grounded peppers to make it. So I grounded these peppers. They're supposed to be hotter than ghost peppers. Not sure what they are. Okay, but I grounded it and I used it as a topping with the cheese and the uh, basil. I put basil and olive oil in a blender and a tad bit of water and made like a pesto type sauce to go on top of this. That wasn't in the menu. I just added it because I wanted to add to chili and it makes sense. It kind of like dilutes it. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is the eggplant. This is a win. Not salty. They wanted you to cut the eggplant and then put salt, like a little bit of salt on it, and let it dry out. Now I see why they did that. So, with that being said, we're gonna call this a win. We're gonna definitely call this a win. Get you a blonde beer. Doesn't disrupt the tongue. It makes everything dope. Oh man, it does. And it's not combating each other. The flavor that you're getting is all complementary. They complement each other. I'm gonna have like a great dinner this evening because like Fred said, when you let that shit sit for a little bit, this is about to. Thank you guys. So again, thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for riding with me on this. And if you happen to need the recipe, you can hit me up and I'll send it to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mm, 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 mm. This will be Soul Food Sunday right here. This should be Soul Food. This should be the Soul Food Sunday. This is what we should be on the table and replace it with the ham. Thank you guys. I'm gonna take one more bite and then I gotta go do some more work. Mm. Make sure you log on to GBR Global right now. Chichi's playlist. If you're working in the garden, cooking dinner, or laid out on the side, that playlist is jamming. Trust me. Trust me. She curated it. So I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I enjoyed this one the most so far. I enjoyed this one the most. So thank you so much. And I will see y'all later. It's Heff, baby.